Yesterday, Xbox announced they're laying off 3,200 people throughout the financial year of 2027, and 1,600 of those took place yesterday. This is all in an effort to restructure Xbox to be more profitable, as they were losing 64 cents for every dollar they invested. Their goal is to also reduce the amount of management levels there are. An important takeaway they state is, we know that great technology gets better when it gets simple, not bigger. Today, in some parts of our company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management. Our platform teams are 40% larger than they were at the start of this generation, even as our player base and player time have declined. The complexity has also slowed down decisions, blurred accountability, and made it harder to deliver for players. As we reset Xbox, we will simplify. We will reduce management layers to no more than 5, and where possible 3. We will deliver success through a flatter organization that is built around makers, player coaches, and directly responsible individuals who own key decisions and outcomes. We will streamline how we work across our tools with a cleaner code base, shared services, and 50% reduced vendor spend. There are 4 game studios that got impacted more than others. Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions will return to management and transition to independent studios with their IP catalog and runway for their new games. Ninja Theory and Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow. And our Crane's management is being required consultation with its work council to review potential strategic options. So it seems like they're also in a little bit of danger. But one of the most interesting parts of this article is where they mention Blizzard. They state, we are also making reductions across other units and in some cases shifting investment to focus on higher priority projects. These changes vary in size across Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, Mojang, and Xbox Game Studios. So Blizzard is probably going to be impacted positively by these changes, because Overwatch is one of Microsoft's cash cows right now. I mean, of AAA titles, what else really competes? Of course, you have Call of Duty, which can't be topped because you have a $70 game that releases every year along with $50 in battle passes and $20 shop bundles. And the game sells at the top of the charts every single year. But it wouldn't surprise me if Overwatch was in second place, even beating out something like Minecraft or something like WoW, because you have your battle pass every season, and then you have a lot of shop skins that are $20 each. And I'm sure Xbox sees the value in Overwatch, what it is as a whole. How many other game studios try to replicate and fail to replicate what Overwatch is? It would be in their best interest to help protect and preserve Overwatch as an IP, not just in gaming, but in culture as a whole. And honestly, I'm so glad that Overwatch 2 had the 180 that it did, because if this was in 2023 when all this happened, Overwatch would have probably been done for. Like, the support would have been cut. The game was in such a bad state, like a year or 2 after Overwatch 2's launch, that it honestly felt like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Like, the game was just in a horrible state. The community was absolutely miserable. This was in 5v5 and 6v6. Discourse was at like an all-time high. And then you had Mauga release. And of course, you had the announcement that PvE was officially canceled, which rubbed everyone the wrong way, because this is what Overwatch 2 was for. We were waiting for the PvE. We get 3 extremely lackluster missions, and we're told that PvE as a whole was canceled. I think this was the right choice, but I understand why so many people were upset about it, and even I was a little bit upset about it too, because you promised something for the better half of a decade when you knew it wasn't possible 80% of the time to launch the product that you were promoting, and then after like a year or 2 with no real progress, just announce that it's dead. But now, with the help of Stadium, with the help of perks, and of course at the beginning of 2026, the huge hero launch that we had, Overwatch is in the best state that it's ever been in, and it seems like Xbox has now taken a new interest inside of Overwatch. And hey, who knows, maybe with this new investment they want to put towards Overwatch, they might see the value in putting in a PvE mode or reinvesting back into PvE. Not the scale that we were once promised, but one that is satisfactory enough. Overwatch has such fun core gameplay and mechanics, and a truly unique cast and lore, and I'm so glad that Xbox is seeing the value of Overwatch and is deciding to invest into it. At least that's what I hope, and what the article implies. Again, I wouldn't be surprised at BlizzCon we get an Overwatch TV show, an Overwatch movie, some kind of Overwatch announcement to celebrate the 10th year of Overwatch and the return of BlizzCon. I give Overwatch cosmetics a lot of shit, and I think that's because I know they could be better, but at the end of the day, I'm glad that Overwatch is a free-to-play game. All content is free, so make sure to thank your local Kriko player who's buying the 20 skins that releases for her every year. Not to say that Blizzard is immune from layoffs, they might still try to clear out some bloat, but it does seem like overall good news for Blizzard. And of course, layoffs are always an unfortunate situation situation for everybody involved, and it just seems like that's what the game industry is. Your game does good, your game does bad, you're getting laid off. But from a few sources on Twitter, I don't think Blizzard was affected at all at this first round of layoffs. Again, this could happen later in the year where they're affected, but honestly, they don't seem like they're going to be touched by the layoffs. And it's funny how Halo Studios was not mentioned at all. It's like they want to put Halo on the back burner right now, even though it should be front and center. They do mention Xbox Game Studios, but not Halo Studios specifically. I just thought it was funny and thought to point it out. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.